I don't know if y'all really following the Ice Spice drama that's been going on. Um, let's go ahead and just play. You said Ice Spice ain't it? There's a whole bunch of debauchery that's been going on. Let me see if I can find the Cleotrapa clip that sparked all of this off. Okay, I think I found what I'm looking for. Part 4. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. We're gonna watch some of this. We're just gonna see what she's talking about. Then we're gonna cut to the Ice Spice reaction or the clip, and then we'll have a discussion here as a family. Okay. All right.
Nobody can shut me up. Nobody can silence me. Like, was you silent?
I'm not watching all 19 of these minutes, by the way.
Okay, and nobody's gonna do that stage. I was like, oh, fuck, look. She blew up. I was angst. That's okay. You know, we can work it out. Honestly, it's not something that is like.
I've immediately decided that I no longer want to hear her talk for these 19 minutes. Is there a freaking summary of what's going on here? Bro, we're not doing that. All right. So essentially what happens is Ice Spice goes on tour, right? She decides that she wants to invite her friend, or this is somebody that she's met within the music industry. She hasn't known her for a long time. This is somebody that she just met along the road. Cleotrapa, another artist that's kind of doing her rounds in the New York circuit, a smaller artist than Ice Spice, but an artist nonetheless. So Ice Spice decides that she wants to give this girl an opportunity. She said, you want to come with me on tour? Like, I have this tour coming up. We start tomorrow. So keep in mind, she's giving her 1 day notice. She's saying, hey, we got a tour. You want to come with? Hop on. Cleotrapa says, okay. Because Cleotrapa, keep in mind, is signed to a record label. But of course, they obviously maybe don't have her as a priority on the list. So she's just kind of working with the opportunity that she's getting. And this is a pretty big opportunity on the Ice Spice tour. So Cleotrapa says, anything that I need to worry about, anything I'm going to need to pay for? Ice Spice says, I got you. You my girl, I got you. Cleotrapa says, okay. So she goes on tour. I guess they have some type of things are going well. From what I can perceive, I guess Cleotrapa ends up trying to bring one of her assistants or somebody on her team to come with. They quickly realize that there's no room on the tour for this particular person. This person flies back to New York. So it's simply just Cleotrapa by herself on this tour. Now Ice Spice, of course, she has an allotted budget from her record label for the tour. So this crew member, that crew member, this and that have these particular expenses. Whether like along the tour stops, these are the things that these particular people are entitled to within the budget. Come to realize that I guess Cleotrapa and Ice Spice had some type of disagreement that kind of caused a rift between their friendship while they're there on tour. What ends up happening is Ice Spice says, you know what, this girl's gonna fend for herself because she's on some bullshit and I ain't fucking with it. Essentially cutting Cleotrapa off of, she's still on the tour, but they essentially say, we're not feeding you. We barely have space for you. We're going to make it work. You can't have your team here, but essentially, you know, blah, say blah. So Cleotrapa is immediately feeling like they're making a warranted effort to not have her on the tour. Let's hear her talk a little bit here.
I didn't have a room. I was told I was going to be with her, but I didn't have a room. No room for me backstage at all. I was in her dressing room. I didn't have no rider. I was with her. And before I came on tour, I asked her, what were the things that I was going to have to pay for? Because this is so last minute. Like, you're only giving me 1 day to prepare. Like, it's July 30 something and we going on tour August 1st. Like, girl, like literally 1 day. So I'm just like, what do I have to pay for? Nothing. You're going to be with me. You're good. You're going to be with me. So I was like, okay, everything is handled. I'm just going to go. I'm going to make the best out of it. I'm going to make the absolute best out of it. I don't have no dances or nothing. I'm just going to go out there and do what I can do. So that's that. I'll tell y'all how the tour went now. Please keep in mind that before I went on tour, I had 1 day to prepare. 1 single day. Everything was a rush, but you know, I'm looking at this like, okay, this is gonna be good for me. Left now. Um, yeah, we're in a hotel room. We're not sure if we're gonna like bring our bags to the venue, cause I guess like we were gonna come back to the hotel. But she told me, don't leave your bags at the venue. You might need some. You don't leave your bags at the hotel. You might need something in it. And I was like, okay, I'll bring it. Her security brings all her bags. She has like 10 bags. He brought my bag, brought the bags down, and now we're at the venue. And I do need something in the suitcase. Like, I had a wardrobe malfunction, like she said I probably would have. That's that. She cursed me, okay? Because now I do have a wardrobe malfunction.
She said she cursed me.
So I'm like, oh, how can I get the bag? She's like, tell the security to get it for you. I go to the security.
Why is J. Cole trending?
Can you get my bag out the trunk? Because I have no idea where the trunk is, where the car went. We just came into the venue like, we artists, we working, whatever.
He dropped?
The bag, brings it upstairs. I changed, end of the show. I put my bag next to her 10 bags and the big black dresser. And yeah, I'm thinking everything is going to be moved like back into the truck and we could.
Okay, so she's talking, essentially they made her move her own bags.
So I'm asking around, nobody's word. So I'm like, all right, let me bring the bags. I'm tight though.
Yeah, I guess they left her bags, right?
It's pouring outside.
It's raining.
Take my bags. And you even told me to tell your security to bring the bag.
So there's a whole debacle about some bags. So she's obviously cheesed about the whole situation and that she's starting to feel unwelcome on the tour. After being told that she was covered, everything was going to be taken care of, and now she's finding out on tour. I guess there are discussions that are essentially happening where Cleotrapa is getting worked on by the makeup artist, Glam or whatever it is, and somebody comes up to the Glam person and says, "Oh yeah, it's time to order food." Blah, blah, blah. I guess the person ends up saying that they wanted to order a chicken salad or whatever it is. Cleotrapa ends up saying, oh, like assuming that she's, they're taking orders for whatever to eat, that it's dinner time. Cleotrapa said, you know what, like, let me just get one of the same things that you got, makeup artist or whatever it is. Comes out that the person that comes to take the order from the makeup artist ends up coming around, or there's some type of text thread that's happening where they're saying Cleotrapa is not on the budget, or Cleotrapa does not have, like, we're not going to order food for her, essentially. Like essentially starving this girl on tour. And you know how tour be, you might have 2 minutes to go and grab something off a truck stop, wherever the truck decides to stop, and that's it, right? So, she's feeling obviously like and evidently just being left out from the whole situation. She posts all of these videos on TikTok, I guess. The tour is done, basically. The tour just finished, and I've seen, it seems like oil spilling all over the ground from people that were on the tour and wanting to, explain their experience, their side of all this. So Ice Spice, of course, in response to Cleotrapa's video, she goes on Twitter on Spaces, and this is a little clip from her on Spaces.
How we was at an Italian restaurant and you ate so much fucking food.
Oh, word. Essentially, there was a time too that Cleotrapa noticed that they all went to an Italian restaurant and ate. They were getting all kinds of nice ass shit, but they didn't tell Cleotrapa that they actually went to the restaurant. They parked the truck. Everybody snuck out. Cleotrapa, I don't know, was sleeping or whatever it was. Ends up waking up and saying, hey, where are you guys? And they were like, oh, we just went to the Italian restaurant. And she was like, wait, what? You mean y'all ain't going to McDonald's? And she was like, no, we went to, y'all could go to McDonald's if you want. That's what the people told Cleotrapa and her and whoever else it was. They said, y'all can go to McDonald's. We just finished eating, essentially. Some shady shit going on. So this is Ice Spice's replying back on Spaces.
How we was at an Italian restaurant and you ate so much fucking food, you fucking vacuum.
Hey, yo.
That the server was like, where did the food go? Like, stop it right now. You talking about she ain't let me to the back of her room on her tour bus. She had this big ass room. Bitch, can I play with my pussy one time?
Hey, bro. What's going on here? What is going on? What is going on here? She said, bitch, y'all want to be in my bed so much I can't flick my bean one time? You can't let me play with my pussy one time? Trying to be all up in my grill?
In my bed one time? Like, damn, you want to sleep in my bed every day? That's crazy to me.
Oh, man. Oh, man. So it turns up Ice Spice basically went on that Spaces and like said, hey, like you were given an opportunity, like your team didn't set you up for success when it comes to this shit. Like she said, her team didn't prepare you, didn't ensure that you were covered for this. And although Cleotrapa being signed, that is a warranted question, and I think that Cleotrapa's team actually went public and said, yeah, we dropped the ball with the situation. Our client was in no way ready for this opportunity. Like we didn't set them up for success. We didn't ensure that the right things were in place for this to be effective and to work. And it was a big look. It's Ice Spice, you know what I mean? Now our conversation as a family here. I mean, I'm sure one, if not all of us, or if not none of us, have actually been on tour. Maybe there's like a small percentage of people that might be watching this right now have actually been on tour. If you've been on tour, you know that it's pretty much, you know, you're on your own and you better make it to the next city type shit. Like things are rugged. Niggas ain't showering in days. You're lucky if you've ever even eaten. Like as you're moving from city to city, like in some cases, like we gotta go, we gotta make the next stop. We got some dates to make. We got venues, we got tickets that have been sold. We gotta go. And from what I know from tour, in most cases, unless you're like Drake or Travis Scott or The Weeknd or Beyonce or Taylor Swift, usually you're breaking even on your tour. This is like you guys are just in the green. You are, if not in the green, you're in the black. Like you just paid off what you covered. Like this is a look, you know what I mean? This is for the fans. Usually you're not profiting unless you're like selling heavy merch or you know that kind of thing. And so that being said, I mean, yeah, as a friend, like if we're talking from the friend perspective, I'm 100% on Cleotrapa's side. You told me you had me covered and then you left me out to dry, so it's fuck you. Deadass. It's like that. But if we're talking from the perspective of two businesswomen that both have representation and both have people that should be looking for their best interest while they're navigating themselves through this music industry, you would like to hope and assume that Cleotrapa did her due diligence, dotted all I's, crossed all T's before she jumped on this tour. I know, I understand that it's a big opportunity. Like you probably won't get this far and few between that you actually get an opportunity to tour with one of the most hottest artists that are out right now. Ice Spice is red hot. Like this opportunity might not come back again, and it's right in front of you and you have a day to decide. I get your apprehension towards wanting to jump on the tour, but without ironing out any type of details, without saying, yo, when I'm here, although I'm not making money on this tour, where's my stipend for food at each rest stop? Where is my, like, these are details that I feel like I would ask, or that I feel like if you're going into any situation, what's that, something in my head? I'm tripping. Going into any situation that you want to ask, like, what are the details? Like, am I good? I know you said you got me, but what exactly does that mean? I don't. The friend handshake isn't locking in anything in this sense. We're going from city to city, state to state. I need to know my accommodations, where I'm staying. I might damn near Christo. You ask kristodotcom, he's asking for the list of each and every single hotel along the stop. And if we sleeping in the van, or if there's a truck stop happening along the way, a truck stop route, I need every single location just in case some shit goes down. My family can know exactly where we're at on tour, or our route. You know what I mean? I'm asking for all these details. I don't feel like that's something that you just hop on and wish for the best. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I always try to find, you know, what could I have done if I'm in a situation like that? And there's a lot of I feel like questions that Cleotrapa left in the air, that her team should have been in charge of ensuring for her on this tour, on this opportunity, because she signed. If she's independent, that's a whole different story. That's a whole different story. But with her having a team, you know, you think or hope that they'd be able to set you up for success. Look, you went and got an opportunity for yourself. You got one of the hottest artists saying that they're willing to have you on their tour, and y'all ain't making sure none right for me. Y'all hoping that I got like a university freaking lunch pass to eat every single night? Like, what's the dealio? You know, I don't know. But again, from the perspective as a friend, I do think that Ice Spice was dead ass wrong for kind of telling somebody that you got them and then, you know, leaving them out to dry like that. That's fucked up. Like, especially when it comes to like basic needs, like when it comes to like your accommodations, your food, those are things that we as people just need. You know what I mean? It's not enough to just skate by or try to shortchange somebody on certain things like that because you're upset over some type of argument. I mean, yeah, like be upset over the argument, but you need to understand that you're also a business owner. Like, you're the lead or you're the head of this machine. The Ice Spice marketing machine, or the Ice Spice, you know, the Ice Spice machine. Your name's on the ticket. Anything that goes down is going to be pointed towards you. So if somebody feels neglected, somebody feels like their human rights aren't being met, that's coming on your head. Yeah, yo, the music industry is cutthroat. You know, again, like a lot of people that have been on tour are saying, well, that's just the business. Like, if you're on tour, you got to eat what you kill. You got to blah, say, blah, say, blah. And I get that. And I get that maybe Cleotrapa shouldn't have jumped at this opportunity with the amount of time that she had to prepare and to iron out the details and things of that sort. I get this is big, but yeah, it seems like all parties had a level of fault. I don't feel like one party was entirely at fault or one party was innocent. It's an unfortunate circumstance, a broader conversation about touring and you know, the things that go on within that, like the basic human needs that sometimes aren't met, like food and you know, accommodations or whatever. I feel like for the most part accommodations are covered, but a lot of times there's certain things that are left. Like, there should be some sort of union or a governing body, like a human resources type body that governs tour routing or tour managers that are held to a certain standard of everybody that's going from locational. I don't know what the answer is. I'm not a music industry executive to that extent to be able to provide those answers. I'm able to point out when I see something that looks a little bit shady, sideways, you know. But yeah, unfortunate circumstance. I mean, at the end of the day, gave them both clout for the moment. Ice Spice and Cleotrapa heated them both up. You know, I'm sure Cleotrapa's streams went up. I'm sure Ice Spice's streams maybe. Actually, you know, it's funny. I've seen that Ice Spice's followers have gone down by like 500,000. Apparently, people started unfollowing her in the droves. So I don't know. This doesn't look too great for the Ice Spice perspective. From the general public, it looks like the general public is turning on her a little bit. It looks like the music industry standing for her in terms of, you know, this is a business at the end of the day, so she should have made sure she had her side ironed out. But I do see a lot of people standing up for Cleotrapa and, you know, saying that no, this isn't right. It shouldn't be this way. And I get that. I wholeheartedly get that. So yeah, that was the whole Ice Spice Cleotrapa situation and my take on it, at least. You know, oop, can't come back. Do your own research, you know, figure out what's going on if you care enough, and that's that. Well, look who made it all the way to the end of the video. Pretty sure that means you like what you saw, doesn't it? Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm live every single week on Twitch and Kick. Hit the link in the description, or you hit that video right there, you know? Might like what you see, might like what you find. Go ahead, hit it.